Hello, everybody. Um, that's fascinating. Oh, that's really wonderful too. I was just reading through what Paul Freed was saying right quick. But hypnicity is my fellow wombat, and so it we have this week we have Tenaro for those that are born June 1st through the 28th. Our oracle card pull was for the third eye chakra, which is Tenaro and Paul Freed. I'm going to come back up here. Wawa, much love. So Paul had a really, really, really rough week last week. You and your adventures, bud. This was probably not such a great adventure, but how fascinating. So choked on a hot dog, ended up going to the ER. Had passed out from choking when I saw I was going through the clouds, and I came across a crystal city. The front doors were done in gold and in 3D, and so trying to push it open, but no luck. And then a voice told me, "You must go back. You have work to do." Was that the voice of God? Actually, yeah. Paul, so you still have a mission, a thing that you need to do down here before you're allowed to pass over. But that must also be a lot of peace for you to know that that is waiting for you. You got a glimpse of what it's like, and it is very peaceful. My tricky position is always that we do need to stay over here for as long as we possibly can because, as you see, you have a purpose for being here, and it's a pretty strong purpose. So, out of curiosity, are you still in Pennsylvania, or did you go back down to um, North Carolina? And hello, Karen Doyle, and hello, Lori Hunsinger. And I saw Carl. Hello, Carl. Much Wawa. Much Wawa Nui, which is, of course, first love for Lemuria. Oh, oh, Randy is blitzing through. Sorry, can't stay. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming through. And we are also asking for defense of a cold. You might try gargling with some warm salt water, or if you gargle with peroxide, be very careful with that. Yeah, much. But yeah, we'll do some energy work as well. On my daughter's land with lots, and her rooster attacks. Daily Muse, yeah, it's going to be pretty natural for your roosters to attack pretty much anybody. That is something that they are hardwired for, and so as they get more mature, they tend to become a little more aggressive. And it's not and you kind of, if you're depending on the situation that you have to begin with, you don't need, if you just having your hens for eggs, you don't actually need a rooster. But the other thing is, with the depending on where they are, um, the roosters oftentimes will protect the girls against the things above, like hawks and things. That's part of why they're attacking, is because they're trying to defend and trying to protect only her. Okay, if that is the case, make sure that you are not wearing anything that is red. And is she afraid of him? Because if you're afraid of them, they'll know it. Yeah, the Crystal City. I think that is so cool that you got to see that. That is definitely a stripe of Lemuria. And Paul, did you answer on that one? Did you say if you're still in Pennsylvania, or are you back in North Carolina? Yeah, yeah, it's only her. So I would say, one, make sure that you're not actually wearing red, and two, if she is afraid of him, she's going to have to drop that fear. One of the things that you can do is you can sounds silly, but you can go out with like a pillowcase, or just a bigger piece of fabric draped on your shoulders, and then as he approaches, Take your arms up over your head and spread out the fabric behind you so that you look really huge. And a lot of times it's enough to buffalo them. They'll at least go, oh my God, I don't know about this. I really don't know about. But she's going to have to start being in her power more. And it's really tough once they start attacking you. And the other question would be with the rooster, the other perception that he might have, which would be truthful, is if she's the only one that is collecting the eggs, he may be trying to protect the hens and the eggs from her, would be my guess. Yes, I literally have thousands of quartz crystals, which is amazing. One of the best ones that I've heard. Must be, was that a huge part of the story? You are in Pennsylvania. Wonderful. Ha 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 ha. We're going to do some energy work, Paul. Kind of like what you did with the New York Times, the square. We're going to do a little bit since you're already there with Pennsylvania. I suspect that might be why you went back into Pennsylvania too. Oops. Here we go. Yeah, that's wonderful. My voice is going in and out. Okay, good to know. I am sorry about that. We're having a bit of a struggle today. Yeah, my internet keeps dropping out for some bizarre reason, which is really odd because I'm not having anything coming through right quick. Okay, okay, cool. So let's do some energy work right quick, and let's do some of the Lemurian codes. I'm going to try not to get everybody to go to sleep, but since Paul's actually in Pennsylvania, that's an area that I've been wanting to light up for just a little bit. So I think it's really cool that you ended up back there again. Great. Okay, okay. So I'm going to try to do some of our stuff right quick then. Yeah, really. At least we're not in Spain sitting around with candles. Okay, here we go. Tire, ori, ora, mahaka watahi, it ingwa to irita o wama. Wayuta buk. It ingwa, tafanui, tarani tau, wayuta buk. It ingwa, tapaya tamatuitama. Wayuta buk. Tire, ori, ora. Te e a u u. I a ve u e o o. Pe u us un. Ai I ma eb nu e no to eb o ul un. U a e te I a. U ve o u ve a I un ul o eb. Tono e nu eb ma. I hakata. Toropa potahi tuma kakima kakika naro hawa tu takima takika tai tu te hu upo. Today what I want to do right quick, because I actually had a sneaky one of these things sneak in, and we're going to keep going right here through some more of the energy work. I need you to imagine that you are in Mother Earth, your favorite place, your favorite grounding idea, because we're going to do some alchemization right quick. It's snuck in again, and that's just it. The energy work that we're doing works super fast. It tends to be very light and free and easy, and because it's so simple and light and free and easy, we tend to forget it. But there has been some stuff that keeps coming back up like a ripple in a mucky pond. So what we're going to do is called alchemization, and I'm going to go at least into the 10th dimension because I want to lift us up and out of some of the mucky wiki that has been dripping in lately. Okay? Okay, so get into your grounded spot with Mother Nature. It could be a walk along a stream, alpine meadow, walking along a beach, or just sitting out, hanging out with your favorite tree. Alchemy of the first dimension. Alchemy of the second dimension. Alchemy of the third dimension. Alchemy of the fourth dimension. Alchemy of the fifth dimension. Alchemy of the sixth dimension. Alchemy of the seventh dimension. Which brings us up into the eighth dimension. You may see ascended masters now. Sometimes they can come in simple as like a smell of a rose, that would be Mother Mary, or flashes of light, symbols. You might be seeing more purple of the violet flame from Saint Germain. We're going to go just a little bit higher today. So alchemy of the eighth dimension. Alchemy of the ninth dimension. And just a little bit further on, if you feel too dizzy, hang out in Mother Earth and just wait for us. We'll be right back. Just a little bit higher today. We're going to go alchemy of the 10th dimension. And alchemy of the 11th dimension. Which brings us into the 12th dimension today. You may hear ringing in the ears because we did kind of ascend pretty quickly. So we're going to bring you back into Mother Earth. Feel the roughness of the bark underneath you. If you're leaned against a tree, smell the earth. You can begin to hear the burble of the creek or the roar of the ocean surf coming you back in, back in, back in. There we go. And we're just going to bring right back in here. Beautiful. Yeah, I've got a ton of ringing of the ears again. Okay. Hypnicity, there is a company called Bear. And they do have, it was from Edgar Casey. It's a variation of atomic iodine. That might be something to help. And the other thing that I'm hearing is tallow. So something along the lines of a healthy version of healthy fats combined with the iodine. Mostly I'm hearing the iodine. So, you could even do foods that are higher in iodine, like oysters, as long as he's not allergic to it. And these are just for entertainment purposes only, so not to diagnose, treat, or do any of that. Just to cover all bases here. Paul, if you are still up for it, I think there is one more technique that I would love to do for Pennsylvania right quick, but only if you're up to it. Need to find out if you're still on the, okay, here we go. Cool. That's great. Okay, gang, we're going to go ahead and do one more technique. This is primarily to focus on Pennsylvania, but I do see that we'll be doing a little bit of work. I guess you could say pulling the fabric for Pennsylvania, but this can also work in anybody's area because where you are is lighting up the grid, kind of like what Paul just saw, that he's needed down here. Every single one of us on this call. It's very much needed right now in this time and space. Okay. We're going to do Jacuping a Maui right quick. Oh, that's cool. So my sister and I outside this morning, and she said, "Doesn't Debbie come on today?" And the look on her face, you look up into the thank God. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay, gang. So this one might make you feel a little bit dizzy, but what we're going to do is, it's called Jacuping a Maui. And what that is the net of Maui. It also looks like the Taurus field or the flower of life or the Christ consciousness. What this is going to do is this will align your area that you're in and also your own Kaha system, your own chakra system, to the net of Maui. And so, what that's going to do is that will pull out with the net of Maui any of the negativity that could be in the environment, but also in your own chakra system, which is your own Kaha system. And then it can also, since it's a net, it can actually bring gifts in. So that location may receive more light. People might be a little more joyous. And you yourself might have your clairs open up even more than what you are already intuiting. Okay. So here we go. Tukupinga Maui, Ma'ita, Tukupinga Maui, A'iru, Tukupinga Maui, Te Ariki, Tukupinga Maui, Maki, Tukupinga Maui, Tenaro, Tukupinga Maui, Tenira, Tukupinga Maui, Tiko, Tukupinga Maui, Matako, Tukupinga Maui, Tawahi, Tukupinga Maui, Toi, Tukupinga Maui, Taro, Tukupinga Maui, Muki Muki, Tukupinga Maui, Ma'ita, Ma'ita, Tukupinga Maui, Taro, Tukupinga Maui, Toi, Tukupinga Maui, Muki Muki, Tukupinga Maui, Tawahi, Tukupinga Maui, Tiko, Tukupinga Maui, Matako, Tukupinga Maui, Tanira, Tukupinga Maui, Tanaro, Tukupinga Maui, Maki, Tukupinga Maui, Te Ariki, Tukupinga Maui, Ma'irua, Tukupinga Maui, Ma'ita, Tukupinga Maui. That was a lot of power. That was a whole lot of energy shifting there. Wonderful. So we will just see what happens. Hopefully, it will remember to be the city of brotherly love, as it once was. I think we kind of lost our way a little bit there, but that's okay. That was quite a lot of netting there. Alrighty. So we still have some stuff that's going around the energy around the head. Beautiful, Paul. Thank you so, so much. That was wonderful. And thank you to everybody that was holding space in your own time and place. I could really feel that, especially whenever we hit some of the lower chakras and especially where you were rooted in the land. It started, you could hear the change in the tone as I was going down through that. And we had a little bit of a wobble there. So yeah, it's going to be fascinating to see what that net did, because as we pulled it back up from Mother Earth, it's going to be fun to see. So yeah, each one of you, it wasn't just Paul, even though that was a main focus for me. Like I said, to begin with, it was working through your own and balancing your own energy fields. And then wherever you were rooted on Mother Earth, it's also working in your location as well. So we're just bringing in and balancing the higher energies. I'm kind of working right now, if you feel me, around your below the tummy and the lower legs and into the ground a little bit. I know we need some TLC for the throat and it's called Maki, which is the balancing point between the throat and the third eye chakra, which is Tanaro. And it's showing up as I've got a charming cold sore this week, and hypnicity, of course, is fighting a cold. And so some of this stuff will start expressing itself, like the ringing in the ears and whatnot as well. So just depending on where you're at. And boy, didn't we just have some corkers of storms coming through this time? Mm-hmm. Please hold. My computer keeps blinking in and out on me. Please hold. So anybody that's got like a sore throat, thyroid issues, swollen glands around the throat, I'm working on that right now. Oh, right. Also your the thymus, which is your high heart chakra, which is called Tatama. Beautiful. Yay. Someone may be coughing right now. I'm working through the upper chest, like underneath the shoulder blades, but the upper part of your lungs. So the upper chest area. Sometimes this can trigger a cough accidentally. As it's out with the old, in with the new. A little on your tummy. Sure, absolutely. I am sorry. I know I'm in and out right now. I'm just going to keep sending the energy, and we're going to keep hoping that my computer holds up because I don't know why, but my internet is kind of really bizarre today. I've got just a little bit of energy that's going, but I don't think we've got anything that's going on. So it'll, yeah, I can see my computer kind of reestablishing itself. So we'll just certainly keep going as much as I can. And, and the nice thing is the energy itself is working on a quantum level. So even if I am spacing in and out with the computer and I keep hearing in and out, the energy itself is still going exactly where it needs to be. So right now I'm around the heart space and the lungs and just about to go into the diaphragm. And Carl, your kitties can absolutely hop in on this energy. If anybody's got a horse or a kitty or a puppy or anything, hmm exhausted today. And sometimes you just need to allow your body to rest. So around the spine, the diaphragm, still in the chest space, still in the heart space, still in the lung space. And now we're going to go through the diaphragm and begin to work on the stomachs, spleen, liver's not very happy. Somebody's liver is really not happy. Hang on a second. We're going to get some TLC to somebody's liver here because it's cold. Whoever's liver this is cold, and livers, trust me, they don't like that. And if they're imbalanced and you have a chilled liver, what's going to happen is it will begin stealing the energy from your stomach meridian, not the stomach itself, the stomach meridian. So we're just going to balance that right quick. Bring the warmth back into the liver so that you can digest better too. That is a really not happy liver. Well, stressed out and depleted would be it. Hi, Utica. How are you? And of course, the liver is a master cleanser, master detoxifier. And there's our little chimney. So let's come on with the heat. Warming it back up so that it quits stealing the energy from the stomach. Back over where it needs to be. I'm going to work on the stomach meridian, but I'm also on the abdominal. So left-hand side of the stomach area. We're also going to baby the pancreas and the spleen right in and around so that it's all supported. And Utica, everybody else is telling me that I'm popping in and out today. My computer it's the internet keeps doing this. Beautiful. I know, right? Lovely to see you here. Okay, so I'm still mostly on the left-hand side. So we're going for the spleen, the pancreas, the stomach, and the small intestines. Okay, I'm going to get quiet here and kind of intensive for Karen Doyle. Let's do some babying here. Yeah, that is not a happy intestine, that's for sure. There we go. As I work through the intestines, you might actually get some tummy rumbles. Things may start moving around on you. If it happens, be sure to get yourself a drink of water. Huh? Yeah, that's really not a happy camera. Excuse me. So it works on me. Yep, gurgle, gurgle. A lot of times the energy work will work on me faster than the other people because energy is a little bit like water. It'll look for the easiest flow to ground down in and around. So a lot of times I'm the easiest conduit. Oh, that was a good release. There we go. I'm just going to go down the spine, your lower back, hips. A lot of times in life, we get stuck in places. We'll feel like we're trapped. And so that energy will kind of get stuck around our hips so that we feel like we can't go forward in life. Mm-hmm. Get the lower back and the hips, lower tummy. Now we're going to the legs and down towards the ouch, ouch knees. Somebody's definitely got ouch, ouch. Those are tender. Knees are the other place. As we're walking, of course, there is the balance of left and right, which is our own masculine, feminine. And again, it's balancing as you go forward in life. There we go. Now we're going to go down the shins and the calves towards the ankles. Maybe the ankles a little bit more. Open that channel up. Get some more of our chi flow coming up from Mother Earth. Sometimes we get that blocked off from Mother Earth, and she's trying to give us all this energy, and it just will not come up. There we go. Good. Yeah, it's popping. That's good. Okay. We're still on the ankles, the inner ankles. Oh, thanks for letting me know. And now I'm going to work on your feet just a little bit. We're going to send some extra TLC to the feet and the toes. You can imagine the soles of your feet in contact with the ground. Okay, now we're going to bring the energy back up the center line. Get everything balanced again, all the way up. Okay, I'm going to do a wee bit more around the head because there's this fog, for lack of another word, around it. So let's just get that cleared out. Nice and sunshine, bring in some photons. Base of the skull where the neck joins. If you're a people, lift your jaw just a little bit for me so that it's parallel to the ground. You don't have to throw it up to the ceiling. Just tip your chin up just a little bit. Good. Yeah, that helps to release the neck muscles and the shoulders. There you go. Yes, you can bring your shoulders down away from your ears. You can kind of do a sinking sensation, and you can also pull your shoulders back so that it opens up your front of your chest where your clavicles are, your collarbones. Sometimes we do this curl in method where we're trying to protect ourselves. There you go. You're safe. Do a little bit around the ears and the eustachian tubes. This time of year can be a little bit challenging for us because there is all kinds of different pollens that are in the air. Oh, okay. We're also going to do some teeth, roots of teeth, teeth themselves. Would there be some type of special energy work to remove it around the stomach, hips, and poof? If I find it, I will let you know. Aw, hello, Annie Bear. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm working on the upper arcadia of the upper jaw right now. And the sinus cavities, roots of the teeth. Sure, absolutely. Yeah, the pollens are insane, aren't they? TMJ, lower jaw, roots of the teeth of the lower jaw, and the throat. So underneath the root of the tongue, under the jaw, root of the teeth, and the teeth themselves, because we have beautiful white shiny teeth. Beautiful. My Lord is low. I'm sorry. It's been a challenge today. I don't understand why. I don't even have the military swooshing through today. I had them last night instead. Annie Bear, I'm going to be working on your kidneys here coming up. So if anybody is sensitive to energy, you may feel me touching your back, just beneath the rib cage on both sides. Oh, Annie Bear, you need some TLC for your adrenals, hon. Which is not surprising. I think everybody's kind of shell shocked right now. So I'm just going to soothe. Wow, that is a seriously unhappy ureter. Let's just say that that needs reset. So let's work on your kidney meridians. Back up and out of the body here for a second. You might feel me on your face here for a second. Okay, get back. Across the hips, the outer thighs, back of the knees, ankles, little toes out into Mother Earth. And we're going to come right back up the interior, straight back up the middle line. Yes, up the conception vessel, that is correct. A little bit more on the stomach there. Well, that person's liver feels a lot happier than it did when we started. That's a good thing. Beautiful. Drinking cranberry juice. That's great. Tea and gave up coffee. Beautiful. Oh, you're so welcome. The lymphatic massage is beautiful too. D. Manos is the one that I absolutely adore too. Um, because I used to drink gallons of the cranberry juice as a kid for kidney stones. So yeah, it was a bit of a challenge. And the D. Manos, it helps to support simply because it's mechanical. So what it does is mechanically it gets in there and it coats the bacteria and makes them slippery, so that whenever you drink your water, they just slide right on out your urinary tract. No stickies, which is nice. Oh, you're so welcome. Burning off the densities. Yeah, some of it is a little different, isn't it? Let me type it in for you. Called D. Manos. It's not an equal. Yes, I got to see if I can find that. There we go. Almost out for the count. Yeah, that. We've done a lot in a very short space of time. And I was trying not to knock everybody out today, but there was a lot of gunk hanging out, and there's still a little bit of gunk hanging out. So, yeah, I'm thinking that might be why I was hanging around the chest space so much. Was probably for Paul, just to make sure that there wasn't. You didn't aspirate anything, did you, Paul? Were they worried about your lungs, or did it just get stuck in your throat? Smaller bites, buddy. It's going to be yeah, you would consider it to be a supplement. So you should be able to find it at like Walmart's or Sam's Clubs. Pure bulk, if you wanted to order it online, would be another thing. Yeah, cut them up. Take your time. Ah, beautiful. Yeah, that can help too. Yeah, the hot dogs. Yeah, you just need smaller bites is all. But the main thing with the D-Manos that I absolutely love, it is the good stuff that is in your cranberries. And what it does is it will go to the bacteria and it will coat it. So it's mechanical. So those things cannot become immune to the D-Manos because it's mechanically coating them to make them slick. And so whenever you drink your water, the D-Manos just slides it right on out your body. Oh, and the other nice thing too, it is considered a sugar, so it does taste sweet. But the important thing is it will not impact your blood sugar. Yeah, thank God your sis was at home. I agree. That was terribly scary. I hate choking. Yeah. I'm again at the throat area and the upper chest. So I'm just continuing to work energy work. And I probably knocked Carl off into sleep land. Carl, in answer to your question earlier, your boys haven't come to me yet. Now that could be that they're just so absorbed in what they're doing and they're getting ready to come back to you, or they're just busy on the other side. Because sometimes they're busy doing things over there. To begin with, they need to recharge, and the other thing is they'll be doing records over there as well. I might have actually put him to sleep accidentally. Well, I know his kitties come and go. They're an amazing collective. I love his kitties, and they really speak to Carl having a good heart. Yeah, yeah, sleep is really good. Plus, he's in the Philippines, so it's definitely nighttime over there. Although in the Philippines, with it being so hot, it might not be a bad thing. Sorry, don't mind me. She moving my ship around here. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, everybody. Well, as I was saying in my other video, we are coming into the last month of the Lemurian calendar. And this is the 12th month then, Totoroa. And so it's the symbol of this month is the albatross. And it speaks to determination, but it also speaks of, in the medicine for this month, we'll be getting up on those mighty wings. If you are struggling with things that are going on in your day to day life, detach a little bit. Don't take things personal, which can be rough for all of us, but don't take it personal and go up into the observer mode. So you can imagine the big wings of, um, an albatross maybe is not something that we see, so you could think of pelicans or another one that is, um, any large winged bird. Or, some people like to say, I hop in my helicopter to go up. But I've always been a bird person, so okay, sure. Inner knowing, I'm going to go ahead and work on this. Sure. So anybody that's sensitive to energy right now, I'm on the interior of the right hip, in the trunk itself, and working on the spine. You are so welcome. Thanks so much for the help earlier today, Paul. Really appreciate that. And yeah, be very careful. Okay. Just dipped my little computer again. So much love. Wah wah. And we say Wa, which is WA, which is the principle of first love for Lemuria. Wawa is much love, and Wawa Nui is much love to everyone. So inner knowing, I'm on the interior trunk and the interior of your right hip. Well, I appreciate it. It was greatly helpful. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the Kuping of Maui. Okay, you get yourself a drink while you're out there. And anybody else that's done any yawning or sneezing, burping, tummy gurgles, and sometimes you can get this really strange thing where all of a sudden the limb will want to point. If that's the case, get yourself a drink of water. All of those are actual physical indicators that we've had toxins dumped into your bloodstream. You've had things that released, which is good. And the solution for that then is to just get yourself it can be as small as a half a cup of coffee, but use it as a water. Use water, not coffee or anything else, because you'll just want to flush that right on out your bloodstream. And for everybody that's involved, it's kind of like this. If your right hip hurts, just make the intention that you're getting this, and it doesn't matter. I only call out where I'm at because some people can be very sensitive to energy, and it can feel really weird to have someone or something making these sensations in and around your body. If you do not feel it, don't worry, because your meridians, which are they're rivers of energy that flow in and around your body. You're a real challenge today. Hang in there, computer. But it's rivers of energy that flow in and around your body, and so it will automatically be resonating to what I am doing because it's quantum mechanics. So you don't have to feel it to have it work. It can be very subtle. In fact, it can be something as subtle as you get up out of your chair and you realize that it wasn't as big of a struggle as it was previously. Or maybe you just feel happy for no reason. So, inner knowing, I'm still on your. It's kind of like what you would call a croup on a horse. So you're the spine through the pelvic region. It's interesting because you've got some insertion points. I think because you did so much compensation, I bet your knee probably doesn't feel so great either. Woke this afternoon after a nap. Oh no! My legs were like jelly. I'll bet they did. Carl, whenever you laid down, my guess would be that you probably pinched off a nerve and or one of the arteries to the leg that provides the blood flow. So whenever it cuts off the blood flow or the nerve flow to the leg like that, and it'll sting a bit whenever it gets the blood flow reversed. It's temporary. What happened was temporary. So you were probably sleeping really soundly. Would be my guess. Under knowing, this might feel a little weird, but we're going to make a little bit of a rocking sensation with your right leg, hip, and back. Yeah, Carl, you just accidentally fell asleep and pinched off the blood flow to that. Sometimes I'll wake up and I'll have that happen to like an arm or something. Hurts. Whenever you're getting your blood flow going back into that region, there it goes. Okay, now we got a pop. That's good. It can kind of sting a bit whenever the blood flow is restoring. Got an 11:11 here, but it's perfectly normal. It's just as you notice, it's like holy crud! I don't feel like falling over. Thank you very much. Okay, inner knowing. I'm working down your shin. There's one arm that I have that's supporting your back. There it goes. Down towards the ankle. Down. Yeah. Yeah. It felt like you were sleeping so soundly that it just simply did that to you. There we go. Okay, everybody. I'm going to go to the left side because it's a good idea to balance things in the body. Because as I said, whenever we tend to compensate for muscling that's happened on one side, we'll do it what's called a scaffolding thing, where we don't even realize that we're doing it, and we can end up having muscle spasms on the other side because we braced it for so long. So we're just going to get some TLC on this side. People that have horses will know if you have one that's foundered, which is a foot condition. And the supporting limb can end up foundering as well because you're putting all that weight over on the other leg. Thankfully, in humans, we can take a seat, we can take a load off. It's not quite as drastic as it is for horses, but we're in the left rib cage, left side of the body. There we go. Yeah, yeah. See, I think it was because you were able to relax and let go and just sleep deep. And unfortunately, your leg was just in an awkward position, so it pinched the blood flow off. There it goes. It'll be interesting to watch the replay because it's my computer ever so often just cuts itself off. Hopefully my internet's still going. There we go. You're welcome. Okay, everybody. Is there anything else that you might need today? We did an awful lot of techniques today, which was fun. Oh, you are so welcome, Lori. Yay! And it's beginning to drain. That's wonderful. Yay! So a little bit more up on the head then. Yeah, there were a lot of people that seem to be having a little bit of struggle with the jaws and the teeth. It comes in the tails. Carl, it's up to them. And like I said, most of the time it's just fleeting whenever it comes through. It's going to be more important for you to say your closures and your goodbyes to them in that particular life form. And I would say just be on the lookout for them to be coming right back to you. Your cats are a unique collective around you, and so they're constantly turning over to stay in a tight group around you, which is fascinating. I mean, it's kind of like watching salmon going up and down a river. They team and they go back and forth across the veil pretty quickly. But if they're busy on the other side, they're not going to be talking to me, and that's just it. They haven't reached out to me at all. Oh, Mousy, big hugs to you. It's been a hard week. I'm sorry. I'll just send you a little bit of energy. Whoop, I'm seeing a light blue, Mousy. If you like that color, we'll just send that little ball of energy to you. You can accept that if you like. Ooh, do some sparkles around that. Just kind of get you some extra energy. Anybody that needed that, you can take that ball of light as well. It's kind of a pretty pale blue. There we go. You're so, so, so welcome. Karen Doyle, the color yellow popped in, and the solar plexus. Lavender would be good though if you can visualize that because it would be soothing. But yours, it felt like your solar plexus needed that color. So what you might do is just imagine that yellow ball of light going into your solar plexus, so right underneath the rib cage, and to pump up your tummy. The solar plexus, which is Tawahi for your kaha. I love lavender. It's one of my absolute favorites. Yeah, it does. And it at first, because especially if you're looking at it, I was like, ugh, I can't really stand yellow or whatever. But if you use the color and visualize them going into the different areas of your body, like the solar plexus, sometimes you can be low on those particular colors. And that helps to balance. Well, we did a lot of balancing today. In fact, when I did the Kupinga Maui and went through all of the different chakras, that's just it. It's pulling out a lot of gunk that does not belong there, but it can also bring things right back in. Somebody's head's just really tender this morning. I'm hearing navy blue for this one. So if you've got like a headachy thing, yeah, yellow is really good for the digestive system. Hi, Gray. My sound is funny today. Yeah, it's my computer keeps flipping in and out too. It's been a really strange morning. When I first started off, behind the scenes on StreamYard, I don't know why, but my background was blurry, and it took me a bit to get that sorted out even before I went live. But I appreciate the feedback; it's very helpful. Unfortunately, I think it's I think it's something to do with the internet on this time. Out, it keeps blinking. My computer keeps blinking in and out, so I'm not too sure why. Pretty sure I'm plugged in. Yeah, battery's full. But yeah, if somebody has, like I said, it was something to do with the headspace, and it was a navy blue color. So if you like, just keep absorbing that. Hmm. Yeah, it's something to do with the neck and the spine, mostly to do with the neck, jaw, ears, head. So it's just kind of a nice, steadying navy blue. And that's one I had not considered. But today I'm kind of packing a little bit bigger energy than what I normally do because I did some stuff with Paul earlier. And so it's conceivable that I'm accidentally uh, causing my computer to blip in and out. I haven't done that in a long time, but it's remotely possible. I hope not. My computer. Oh, beautiful. And now somebody needs an emerald green for their heart space. You guys just gonna take all the colors today, aren't you? Oh, that's pretty. It's a vibrant green that's going right into the lungs and the heart space. Oh, and here comes a pink. So pink for the pericardium, which is the sac that surrounds and protects and guards the heart. All the colors today. Beautiful. Really tender on the left hand side. Okay. Is it like the adrenal area, or is it in between the rib cage and the point of hip? Gray, I'm working on your left hand side, and so I'm doing kind of a rocking sensation. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if you just need to have your back popped here. So it'll feel like a pop here if it's what's needed, and if not, it's not gonna cause any harm whatsoever. Sometimes what we end up with too is if you have stabby pains, sometimes it can be what's called a displaced pain, which can make it sometimes a little harder to discover where that is. So you could even look at some of the charts, like on the internet. You'll see things for displaced pain, and it will lead back into the spine. And it will show you which vertebrae, roughly, that it could be coming from. Usually, what will happen is it'll radiate out. Mhm, mhm. Yeah, it feels like it's connected partly into the spine, but also partly into your tummy. So you might actually be getting that stabby sensation from the tummy itself. There you go. See if that feels any better for you. Grab a drink of water right quick myself. Beautiful. Well, this month, Torah, we have orange, and we also have, um, oh goodness, I'm sorry. So let's see. Having troubles. We'll have to go over this later. Sure, sure, absolutely. So for the month of May, you may find the color orange to be supportive. Orange can also be, because I can hear that everybody going, ugh. Yes, it can be orange, as in the citrus orange, but it can also be amber. And so you might find the perfume, the smell of amber. You could do it as a candle, or you can wear your amber. Um, that's going to be supportive for this month. And the solfeggio frequency for this month, I think, is it's either 258 or 285. I have to double check that. That's for the solfeggios. That's a supportive tone that will be useful this month. I wondered where you went, Karen. I figured you fell asleep on me. How you doing? Yeah, perfect. Yep, Gray's got it. This is the color for the month, and it's just a support thing. Yeah, just a support color. So if you don't feel like it, you don't feel into it, don't worry about it. It's just supportive. It's kind of like the same thing with the solfeggio frequency music. It's just supportive. Sure, honey. Oh, wishing you much luck with that. Much support. Yeah, the grandmother's color. hopefully, hopefully we're keeping a hold of this. This internet's been very interesting today, to say the least. Oh, but basically, the thumbnail that I did this week, it literally was the mindfulness to Lemuria this week is as we're going forward and we're in our challenges, kind of like what Karen Robinson's talking about here, or in our regular day-to-day challenges in life, um, leaning into the medicine of Toroa, which is the albatross, literally will be to go ahead and try to remember to go up into the observer mode, and to also understand that the determination is the other aspect of the albatross. So it'll be a good month for staying your course and leaning into it, but also to not take things personally this upcoming month. Do some detachment from it. Okay? Can't find my specs and my headphones won't sync. Gray, you may have to just listen to the replay on this one. It's been a real challenge. I've been really people have been amazing that have been able to stick with this one. This one's been a little different. So more challenging than usual, but hey, at least we didn't get knocked off completely for it. Hopefully my computer is. I don't know if the volume needs to be up or what the deal is, but I'm almost afraid to touch buttons at this point. Oh, hmm. Well, and it is the last month of the year, so as we go into May, it really is our 12th month. And so you begin to reflect. We've been in the descent since January, has been the descending part of the calendar. And so at the end of May will be our new year, and we will be headed into 2026 on June 1st for the Lemurian New Year, which is kind of wild. So it speaks a lot to the same energy that we're going to have in the northern hemisphere of December. And so it's a matter of reflecting over how did my year go, what do I think, and then just letting it go. And as I said, the detachment and the observer mode especially is going to be really helpful. Amber does come up. Amber's beautiful. I love amber. So many pieces of amber. I'm obsessed with it, which is funny because I mean, for me, Orange is not one of my favorite colors, although I do like a citrine too. They are really pretty. Okay, gang. Well, we're coming up on the 101 here, so I'm going to go ahead and wind this down. Thank you so, so, so much for showing up and for being here week after week. I really appreciate everybody that's been showing up. Yeah, I absolutely adore Amber as a scent. It's wonderful if you get the opportunity. It's very supportive. But like I said, I really appreciate everybody that comes every week to play. This has been a lot of fun, and thank you so, so much for being here. And if you're catching this on the replay, thank you so much for being on the replay. The energies on the replay are every bit as strong as being here in on the live chat. And again, if you need, you can reach out to me through my shop/website, which is debbiedement.com. The resource is in the description box. Always listen twice. Thank you so, so much for showing up here. It has been wonderful. I really appreciate it, everybody. Bye.